Look who I am live with today. Dr. Francis Bunya, right away from Dallas, Texas. Look at how this world is. We can connect with each other just like that. It's
Yeah,
as if you are in my studio at this
I
point in
know.
time. You are welcome, Doctor, today. And it's funny. I know this is not going to be the regular show that I usually do and say hello, viewers, welcome. No, no, this is a special. This is something special because we didn't plan to do this. I said no, let's
Yeah,
just come here and why not have this conversation on the platform and yeah, we get to know each other. Like it's an open, it's not an interview like I usually do with people. Ask them questions. Today, I'm gonna be asked questions as well.
okay.
Yeah. So, doctor, first of all, I should say I love your humility. I love to connect with you. I've watched your program online, and I see you are doing an amazing stuff to educate people, to help people who want to write a book, write stories. People who want to really understand the aspect of content creation in terms of putting it in a book. And other aspects that you are going to discover about you today. I don't know if I should start, but in the backstage, you already started. So let us just
Yeah.
continue where we like. Okay, let's take it from um from the beginning. So who is Dr. Francis Bunya? Like, who are you?
Thank you very much. And I would say I'm honored to be here. And I know we had like just come together to learn about each other and say, you know what, let's do this. Let's take this online. So it's not a surprise that we come in online. I think it's a benefit for all, also those who are listening, because we just want to share about what we do in the background, which I always say like when many people see what we do on social media, they don't really get to understand what we do in the background. So this is one of those opportunities to understand what we do in the background. A bit about me: I'm originally from Cameroon. It's a lovely country. For people that don't know that, you will Cameroon and just check out the beauty nature of Cameroon. And uh, I grew up in a city called Boya in Cameroon, attended the University of Boya, and I started my career out there 2006 as a wildlife biologist. And now a lot of people don't seem to kind of get the connection. I started a wildlife, but now I'm a pure entrepreneur, doing business coaching, helping people to write books. So this is kind of how it started and how I made a transition. So in 2006, when I was working mainly with wildlife. We're doing tracking of gorillas, chimpanzees in the BLM Highland, most of the places. But there's one thing that really kind of piqued my attention every time we go. You know, if you've been in a village setting, when you go to a village, before you go to the forest, you go see the chiefs, the elders. They tell you, look, our ancestor lived there. So we need to do some libations and all of that before you can go in. And there was always one question to ask: what is there for us? You guys are going into the forest thinking about this animal, and got to my attention like we need to start doing something for the people. And that is what made me to start focusing on community development, entrepreneurship, and basically answering the question: what can we do for a common man to step up in the ladder of leadership, in the ladder of finance and other stuff? And I really started looking at that. And I was looking at reconciling environmental protection and livelihood, which is what took me to Belgium in 2009, where I did my master's in human ecology, basically sustainable development. And when I finished that, I saw the urge to move further. I went ahead, I did a doctorate in development studies, but I was focused also on the pro-poor policy. So the pro-poor policy simply means that why is it that the poor keep getting poor and the rich keep getting richer? And most often we complain that, oh, you know what, Africa is very poor, they're lazy, they can't do. No, 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 nobody's lazy. And what is happening is that we have access to resources, and this is regulated by those who have powers. And most often, even those who can leverage what is available to them to kind of get on the ladder of riches. Now, there's still a regulation on how to do that. There's a big complication to that. We're not talking about that today, but
Yeah.
it's just an idea. And I'll give a typical example to that. For instance, for small businesses, I'm talking typically the case of the United States, there are many opportunities for small businesses, people that are starting up or so. But what? An average small business owner does not know how to navigate the web, go into digital stuff, get applications, feed it out. So although the information is there for them, they don't know how to access it. So they need to pay someone to go do it for them. Now, before they even put up that money to pay someone, what they will have invested in their business is gone. Now, those are just some of the barriers that really keep the man that is right down there, down there. They don't have the minimal resources to go up. So when we moved to the United States in 2014, by then I was still doing my doctorate and I was more focused on my career in development studies. I was kind of really mobile, moving from one country to another, doing presentation or so. When I finally kind of settled down in the United States, that was like early 2017 into 2018. One of the stuff I did not like was the lifestyle here. And
Okay.
the typical person in America do not have time. So when they say we don't have time, it's true. Why? They leave in the morning, they come back at midnight, and some
Wow.
even like some days just spend about 3 hours at home, then they go back. Why? Because based on the job they do and based on the rate at which they are paid and based on the bills they have to pay, they have to work like triple in order to catch up with their bills.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
This is not the same for everybody though. For those who are opportune to go into education, further their education, and get jobs that are paying them better, they're doing good. But about I would say less than 20% of people are at that level. I did not really like that lifestyle, and also one of the barriers which we have out here in the United States is that they don't really welcome so much foreign degrees. So when you come, you need to do equivalence, you need to kind of take some certification and other stuff. And many people don't have the patience because they need to work to pay their bills. So you might end up being trapped in that circle of working, paying bills, working, paying bills, and now you're trying to raise money maybe to invest in education, and you never get to that point. So when I got here, I quickly found out that hey, that was a trap I don't need to be trapped into. So I said, okay, I've been working in the sphere of entrepreneurs since 2007. I had my own organization I've been running. I had my own small businesses, and I really wanted to take that to another level. So I decided to invest in myself in order to learn what it takes to operate in the American economy. And that require me to hire a coach. Some people say, many people don't understand how I got into
Did you
coaching.
pay a coach?
I had to pay a coach,
Wow.
and it was more than paying.
I thought Africans don't pay coaches. They are their own
Okay,
coach. You know it all.
an average African, for someone that want to go far, the first thing I'm going to tell you is that you need a coach. And because I really wanted it so badly, I did not just hire any type of a coach. My coach for 3 months costed me more than $10,000 just to hire them to teach me what I know today. So within a space of less than a year, I was able to make a big transition from being an environmentalist to being an entrepreneur. And now that's what a coach can do. For many people that have followed me and have known me, like, okay, they knew me like the person that was on one conference to another doing international conferences on environmental science. And out of a sudden, now
Like,
I was in the
they're like,
sphere of
what
business.
is this guy doing here?
What is this guy? And up to today,
What
many
the
people
heck?
still don't understand why the transition, and they still feel like, we don't know this guy for business. But it's what I did. I decided investor. I did not go to school. I someone that was already there. She was making $1 million a month. I said, this person knows something that I don't know. And then I said, okay, I want to know what you do. Say, hey, it's gonna cost you a lot. I said, yeah, I'm willing. And because I could pay the price, I'm now able not only to do business coaching, I can train people how to write books. We can talk about business from today to tomorrow. I also give you all the tricks. Why? It's not because maybe I've been up there, it's because working with people that have been up there, and I learn from them every day, and the same thing that I'm implementing. So that was like a transition I made into the field of business coaching. But for also those who are making that transition, when I started, for many people that started following me when I started, this was like the book I was talking about, Skyrocket Your Business at Zero Cost. And why I wrote this book was the
I should have
fact
that
that,
book.
oh, okay, wow.
Is it on Amazon?
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yeah, I should get a copy.
Yeah, well, the fact that many people want to get into business, but then they don't have money. But this book, I wrote this book not for people that were starting business, for people that were already in business and are doing well and want to take it to another level without spending money. So I wrote this book for CEOs, people that are already CEOs. So many people thought that this book was for people that really have nothing. But then a lot of people that did not have money to start a business started coming up to me. So I wrote another book, How to Start a Business at Zero Cost. There's a course which I did, a full course. That course is on Udemy. You can find it there. The book will be published also soon. But I realized that I was in a wrong fee. Now, this is also another aspect.
Yeah.
I realized that I was in the wrong fee. Number one, I was at the beginning of my business coaching career. And then my audience was those who do not have money, which means that if I continuously market with this to these people, I'm not going to have money. Somebody that doesn't have money to start a business is not
I
going to have
can
money to
relate with
hire you.
that. I can relate with
So
that.
I had to pivot and say, hey, okay, I have the right message, but the wrong audience. So how can I bring my message to the audience that is what they value? And that is why when I wrote this book, it brought me a lot of visibility. I did a lot of speeches out here in Dallas in the white communities, so many of the communities, and a lot of people did not understand my secret. Now, the power in the book is that when you send someone a copy of your book, you say, wrote a book about stuff, they don't look at your face, they look at the value of the book. So they are
Yeah.
inviting you to speak on their stage based on the value of what is in that book. So because of that, someone will not say no because you're black, you can't speak here because you don't have a doctorate. No one asks for your qualification when you have something valuable. They want the result.
Exactly. You are right.
Yeah.
You are right.
So because I could present result, I could easily get into those different platforms. Like this week, I'll be featuring in a panel of about 15 other trainers, coaches here in Dallas that are focusing on stop. These are top business people, but it's because one of them have my book and they say, "Hey, look, we need this information in this panel." Now they've not even asked me to send my bio, my qualification. They just look at what is in the book, which is the reason why I decided to switch into book coaching. It's a great way for any young entrepreneur to introduce yourself to any medium.
Yeah.
If there's a TV station like this and you write a book, maybe that's important in solving a problem, you send it to them, they're going to bring you up to talk about the problem. Number one, you've already proven the world that you understand this problem and you can contribute to it, to the solution. So you
Yeah.
see the power. Now I started now saying, hey, you know what? I wanted to teach people business strategy, but I don't just want to do that. I want to show them how they can build credibility at the same time while they're learning the strategy. So this was now a double shoot.
That's a tough one. Building credibility that's a tough one.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Wow.
Because I realized when I was doing business, just business, people are asking, how long have you been doing this? All so there was no credibility. But I knew it, but there was nothing to prove that. Now, when I went through the route of publishing my book, it's like, oh wow, you're an author. Now everyone wanted to talk. Now there was credibility, and now I could position myself where many people could see me. So I have an excuse to go online every time and say, hey, I want to talk about my book before I can just go online and say, okay, today I want us to talk about. But there's that powerful introduction where there is something you can talk and people and reference people to get something.
Yeah.
So it helped people to understand you and to validate you. And when I help people to write books, I tell people I don't just write books. This is a whole business on its own, and we have several other books that are here which we have written. The power in you is like eight steps to overcome daily challenges. It's for
Yeah.
someone that's going through tough time, you traumatize, your stress. Those are normal daily challenges you can overcome. Most of those stuff, if you understand what to do, you don't even need to go to the doctor. And this other one, 7 steps to buy back your time as a mom. Most especially in this country, many moms they don't have time to spend with their kids. They need to work all the time. These are strategies which we're building, and these are businesses which we're building. The book only helps you to go faster and to put you in a position where a lot of people are going to find you. So,
Wow.
in kind
Wow.
of a nutshell, I know I've been talking for a long time. That's a
Well,
bit
I
about
just in fact
what I-
I was waiting like okay, I was just like this is interesting, your journey, the transition, everything is inspiring.
yeah,
Kudos to you. You are a hustler, you are a fighter, and you are someone who I think people need to relate with you. The first time I came on your show, what I realized was the
yeah,
branding, like the design, your brand, the background. It caught
yeah,
my wow. Who is this guy? I mean, I've never known you before. I think someone shared the content. I said, okay, let me just wait and see and listen to this guy and like let's see what he's all about. And from
yeah,
there, I think I watched that show. I commented on that show, and
yeah. I saw
yeah.
it.
Then afterward, there was a day I went again, like let me go and check. Maybe he has posted something. And the reason I did that is there was some value that I got
Yeah,
that day, and I could relate that wow, this guy is onto something, and I think I should be connected with him. But I think right now your viewers or you some they want to know me like who
yeah,
am I?
yeah, yeah. Obviously,
Yeah,
they also want to know. You're doing some
yeah,
great job out there. I think the other day, when I stumbled, I've been following you, but I think about 2 days ago, was it yesterday? When I went to your group, I went to your Facebook group. I think I
yeah,
left a comment. Then I kind of send you a private message. Say, hey,
yeah,
we needed to comment
yeah.
because for me, what you're doing is really some great stuff, which. I know many people have not yet noticed it, but I was able to see like, hey, this is the right person to connect to. But yeah,
Okay,
it'd be
thanks.
great to know more about what you do as well.
Well, I'm the Beton. Well, the Beton is my brand name. It wasn't a name given me to me from birth. From birth, my name is Stanley Orok, and I have been like the Beton is have been part of me. Is a part of who I have become. Is my public image. And when you're dealing with the Beton, you're talking about business,
Yeah,
networking, and motivation. And what I do is I create business network for people and businesses using social media platforms such as LinkedIn and Facebook. And this has to do with marketing and advertising, and also do mentoring, coaching, and other aspect that has to do with business development.
yeah,
And basically, this platform came when I was I live in a country. Finland is a small country in Europe, and there are not a lot of opportunities in this country.
mm,
Um, as we went to the United States, you saw how many people are too busy with
I
work,
know.
like the normal norms. The same thing I came when I came to Finland. I had to go through different transitions. Like after my studies, there wasn't any job for me. What am I gonna do? Not no money in my account, nothing.
I
How am I
know.
gonna start? Living a life that I have a family to take care of. I have people. I mean, there was too much.
To
And
handle.
there was a day I say to myself that I should become an entrepreneur. But back then, always have this mindset of entrepreneurial mindset. Always wanted to do things on my own. Working on different activities. When I was back in Cameroon, I sold stuff. I've been a demarcher, someone who
Yeah,
connect people to buy phones, laptops, all those kind of stuff that I've been doing that. And
yeah,
one day I asked myself, what are you really good at? What do you have that you can
mhm,
use as
yeah,
leverage to do something for yourself. And I realized that my strength was connecting people with people. And I'm like, wow, this is what I love. This is, I mean, whenever I connect someone to someone and they do something
Yeah.
successfully, I felt that happiness, that joy in me, like, wow, I've achieved something. And this alone has been my motivation, why I get involved into networking. So I started scanning, okay, how can I love the camera. I love videos. When we go to parties, friends always say, "Oh, Betong, you always come live. You're always going live. You're always live. When you are anywhere, people are scared. Like you go live anywhere. So I was like, wow, there's something onto this. This is my live stuff. Oh, something like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, how can I use networking to like in the form of video, like how can I use video, like video in the form of networking? How can I
Network.
bring people, have content that promote people, that connect people with people, and also businesses with businesses? So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I should have a show. And back then it was more of a show that has to promote entrepreneurs or immigrants in Finland, foreigners in
Mhm.
Finland. You know, the mindset, because the community, people are doing nice, people have really cool ideas, but the
Okay.
environment is being designed in a way that they don't promote people. The
Mhm.
big medias here, you don't have money, you cannot really get that exposure. The
That's
community is
true.
not really promoting content, and people are too busy, with their job. Africans, when we are here, we want to work 24/7 to feed our family, which is okay, it's
Mhm.
normal. And with this, I like, okay, with this initiative is going to help expose some of these businesses, or people who have brilliant ideas. Like, I mean, it must not be only business idea that has to do with. I mean, it can be an organization, a
Mhm.
charity, something that will help people to take them from where they are towards where they want to be.
Where they
So
want to be.
I've been doing this. I've changed from different aspects. I've applied different models, different ways to monetize the platform and do so many stuff. But I came to realize that it's not all about the money.
Yeah.
What I'm looking at is the value. What
The
value
value. Wow.
am I impacting, or am I giving out there? And I realized that I'm giving people the opportunity to have a constructive conversation about
Yeah.
themselves, their journey, their business, and what they want to achieve in life, their passion, what they're all about. And
Yeah.
this is an environment that when you go online, or when you want to go to do business with any person, they go and Google you. These days, they Google you. They look at
They do
what
that.
you're doing. And I had this mindset that the only content they should find about you to give you that big contract should be content for me that I did
Yeah.
with you. That
Wow.
content that explains who you are, where you are from. That content that clearly define who you actually, your passion, your vision, what you want to
Yeah.
achieve in life. So this alone helped me to design different questions that bring out you as per where you came from, your development, and
Mhm.
where you are heading toward.
I
And
think so.
since then, I've been working with different organizations, different companies who
Mm.
are like more as a one-on-one basis, not like too many, but I want to say many people, but I think okay, it's many, but some few people who I've been really working with, to want to like help them in create content for them that will help
Yeah.
promote their businesses. And the day that I post something on my platform, that when I began this platform, someone told me that your accent is not good. You don't speak like an
Yeah.
American, like a British. You cannot succeed in this space, and in this country, they don't promote
Yeah.
immigrant. I was like, and I felt bad. I mean, this word was popping in my head every now and then, telling me, man, you're wasting your time. You cannot succeed in this space. This
Yeah.
is not, you're not good in this. This alone, almost pulled me back. But there was a
Mhm.
good day, one blessed day. One guy that I did something to him called me and told me, "Wow, but Tom, the only content they could find on the internet about me was a show I did with you, and this landed me a great contract." I was
Wow.
like, wow, this is powerful. And ever since that day, I mean that words never pop up in my head again.
Wow.
And one thing I want to say before I give I give you the floor to talk about something is that
Yeah.
people always confused and I always ask, how do you make money? Like, how do you make money? How do you make money? How you
Hmm.
make money? We go to your videos on YouTube, we see you have just 10 views, 20 views. You know, how
Yeah.
do you make money? We go to your YouTube, at time we see 200 views, we see 60 views, we see 100 views. And what I respond to them is, to me, it's not about the audience that I don't make money from the audience.
Yeah.
I make money from my target marketing. I do a lot of affiliate marketing, digital marketing. I
Hmm.
use Facebook ads a lot. Like I do network building, network marketing a
Yes.
lot in the aspect of affiliate marketing. I work with digital platform. That I use the social media and use paid ads based on my knowledge, and
Yeah.
there are people who subscribe to my online stuff that I do without
Yeah.
me even knowing who they are. I don't even meet them in person, and
Yeah.
just see
Yeah.
my content. Wow, they subscribe, and I get paid. That's how I make money, and this has been going on for a long time and building my capacity as a digital guru. I call myself a digital guru because the space is the space that I understand. I know how it works, and
Yeah.
I really want to help other businesses not
Hmm.
only to get exposure, but to get that exposure that will help their business grow
Bro.
subsequently as they grow their brand.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
This is, you shared some powerful stuff, but I think I pick out some very, very important stuff there, which is going to help our audience actually grab some important insight. Number one, when we come to a foreign land like we are, we always limited to what people think or to what others think. And now the first thing we fail to understand is that most of the people, I think this is the reality. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm just trying to kind of paint the reality.
Yeah.
So I don't mean any offense. Most of the people that came travel abroad, like maybe 15, 16 years, majority of them weren't really educated. So compared to the people that are coming in now, by then, let's say the past 20 years, if you had a master or a doctorate, you will get a very good job in your country. So there was no need for you to travel abroad. By then, majority of those who travel abroad were like, okay, I'm fed up with this place, I need to go. So when they came at that time, it was kind of difficult to scale up. Now, majority of people that are coming now, they have their masters, the PhD, because the rate of education is very high. And then when you come in, someone that came 25 or 40 years back is trying to give you the impression of what was back then. Like, hey, you know what? I've been here for 40 years. This is now, and many of us tend to just fall in that trap. I remember there's a network marketing business I and my wife run. When we show it to one of our friends, say, look, the difference, I've been here for more than 20 years. This thing don't waste your time. I said, okay, thank you. I did not really want your opinion in any way. We've been there for 2 years. It has worked for us. We've gone to one of the, just imagine if you accepted what they say. So many people, they want to ask other people permission to control their life. Like, this is your life, and you want to ask someone else permission if you should leave. And
Exactly.
yeah, the same thing,
Exactly.
like someone told you, you know what, in Finland this cannot work. You cannot succeed because you have an accent, you have these and other stuff. I went
Exactly.
to, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I just want to say something here. When I started this platform, uh, it was just all about Beton Show, right? It
Yeah,
was the Beton Show. But now I started brainstorming with myself, like, okay, how can I make this inclusive? It shouldn't be only about me. I want to give other entrepreneurs the opportunity to showcase their ideas as per
yeah,
se, host their own programs on my platform. Because I have a platform, whether you like it or not. I have a platform. So
that's
um,
right.
Now I come up with this, okay, this Beton Media, which is an online media platform for entrepreneurs, talent, and startups to promote, market, and advertise their businesses,
Uh-huh.
pitch and share innovative ideas. Now, the Better Media, is going to target talent, entrepreneurs, businesses, and corporate establishment with little or no online presence.
Yeah.
Now, like what I really want to achieve, that the mission and vision of this platform is to create a media platform that promote, advertise, and market entrepreneurs, talents, small, medium-sized businesses in Africa and the Nordics, and
Mm-hmm.
create video content that educates and inspire African youth to become entrepreneurs, more innovative, share practical information on how to build a sustainable business network through
Mm-hmm.
collaboration and partnership. So this has been my focus lately, to have an environment where people, entrepreneurs,
Yeah.
you mentioned back then Africans, or not, like, of course, let me say Africans. It's
Mm.
not those who came to Europe or America or wherever they found themselves back then. What I consider as their weakness is exposure. They
Yeah.
lack the exposure.
Yeah.
They lack the education, because we come from an environment where the educational system is designed to help, to not to help to make us depend on the government for everything.
Depend on the government. Yeah.
The government is the sole employer, and the government has designed the system in a way that we look at the government as as a valuable partner to help us grow in, or help
Rebels.
us achieve
That's right.
our dreams in life.
Yeah.
Like thousands of people leave the universities without knowing what to do next. I'm one of them. I graduated as a law student. I had no clue, like, what I'm gonna do. All I knew is that I'm gonna be a lawyer. That's it. How do you wanna make money? How do you wanna make money?
that that is true though.
Nothing.
The same question, and many people ask me like, "Hey, you graduated with the doctorate. You should be lecturing in the university. Like, why are you wasting that talent?" And I always say like, okay, if you kind of understand the shift of becoming an entrepreneur and what it holds for you, no one is going to ask that same question. And this is because you said something which is very important. First, many of us are chasing money, but it has never been about money. Let me tell you why. When I came to the United States and they said, you know what, I need to raise some money so that I could kind of get well settled and then I could start building my career. And I found myself in that circle where I had to leave home at uh, what time was it? Anyway, I was working two shifts. So I was working from uh, 3 p.m. No, from 3 p.m. to about 11 p.m. Then from 12 midnight to about 7 a.m. So I had like to stretch you to work.
I
So
get it.
now, most often when I get home, it's about 7 a.m. My son has already gone to school. And by the time he comes back about 3, I've already gone. So I had just Saturday. Like, and I got to wonder, like, what our lifestyle is this? And why I was struggling to get money. And this is a typical, I'm talking about the situation of America. This is the life cycle of many people. They want to raise money. Now, in America, they give you the opportunity to work like as long as you want, but you need to have at least 3 hours of rest between. So you have people doing 16 hours straight. And so
Wow.
it's very common. And now many people look at it like, okay, I need to make this money so that I can do this. But guess what? When you're making money without time being available, that money is never going to be enough. Why? Because the things you don't have time to do, that money is going to pay for those things. So you see yourself being in a position where there is constantly a lot. So I quickly realized that that was not the way out for me to make that. The way out was me to build value, as you said. If you build value, people get the value. Now people come for the value now. But if you go after money, then you're going to go after money the rest of your life. Yeah. So the goal, most especially for our own brothers that are listening to us, it's like, what do you have? What do you have that the world need it. Everyone has a message, and it's not about who you are. It's not about your accent. It's not about so. When I came to when I had that knowledge, I told myself that okay, from today I'm not going to settle on anything less. So I quit my job at that time, the job that I was doing just to make money. I quit it. I'm not advising anyone to quit your job. Please don't quit your job.
I can relate with that because I quit my job also.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So there's some consequences you face when you do that, which
not easy at all.
yeah, not easy. Which is why getting mentorship, as you said, for someone that have done this, I will tell you, okay, don't do
But
this,
but
do
but,
this at
but,
this time.
but doctor, that's the beauty of it because
Yeah,
when you understand, when you know your why, when you understand the reason why you are doing what you are doing, what you are quitting your job to do, it's
yeah,
scary. But if you understand why and you have all the of
that's
course you
right.
like you surround yourself with the
Yes.
people who can really help you achieve that goal,
Hmm.
then that time that you don't have that money, that because the money will not come in as before.
As
That
before, yeah,
time you wouldn't even notice it. You wouldn't even notice
that's
that you
right.
don't have money
That's right.
because your mind is already programmed that okay, you're building a business that will give you more than what you're giving, and
That's
basically it
right.
will be what you love to do, and you'll be happy doing it.
Hmm. Hmm.
You understand?
Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, I
yeah,
just wanted to make that point. Sorry to cut you
yeah,
off.
yeah, yeah. That's very true. It's about passion. As I said, it's because you love what you're doing, and you could say, "Hey, let's go online," because that was passion. This wasn't planned, but the passion drives you to take action at any time. And I used to say to people like, uh, the only point we're lacking, or what kind of keep many people on one spot, is the fact that there is no action. And there's no action because they don't believe in themselves so much. This is a practical example. When I got here, my wife had a master's in management, but she wasn't using it. Why? Because okay, it's America. You cannot get it. When I came, I said no. You can. You need to work at your level. She said, but you cannot. Say no. Have you applied? So I was told. I said no. We need to send in an application for that. And she put out an application. She was hired as a human resource director. And when I came in, when I wanted to really work at my own level, I went for a couple of interviews. Like I went for interviews where they were hiring CEOs. Why? Because I've run a company, I've done all of that. One of the interviews which I went, I did not take a job in a way. I was shortlisted, but the lady, after I had about 5 series of interviews, she said, I think you have an accent, but because of what you know, we're going to hire you. And like it's like, but you need to work on that, and that's the real reason why I did not. I said, okay, thank you. I don't want a job because I don't want to be in a place where I feel like I have an accent. But anyway, I turned that down because I have other alternative, which is like when you present your value, any other stigma is going to go away. Now, when people come to you, they're looking at what you have to offer. So our biggest goal is to develop yourself to a point where people are going to need you. Now, a lot of people might not see the value in what you're doing now. Give them 3, 4, 5 years. They're going to come for consultation. And I always tell people that, look, maybe at this time I might be charging you $1,000. After 5 years, when you come, you have to pay $30,000.
Exactly.
So,
I was talking to someone today. We had this exact conversation, and I have this online stuff that I do. Like now, I do this one-on-one conversation, like social consultations. I consult people one-on-one these days,
yeah,
and I told her, I'm doing this for you. You're not paying me. I just love doing it for you.
yeah,
I just saw you. I invited you. I wanted to talk to you about this. But now this is not gonna be. This is just to tell you that I can get you to where you want to be. I can help
yeah,
you. Yeah, it's not as if to the first day you have to pay. But
yeah,
trust me, if say you don't use me now, like you don't see this value now, and
yeah,
like pay me like next time we have a session or pay for next session, then next time you come, you might go through process before it even reach to me. Like you have
that's
to
right.
call someone and so on and so forth. And we know, Doc, our community is being like I think you mentioned something that I want to stress on. We don't believe in ourselves, and
That's right.
we tend to rely so much on those who have been there before. They were like, okay, I've been here before, and this is what we do here. What you are doing, you will not succeed. And so, like, you have this. There is this. Like they have that kind of audacity. Like they are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they are in charge, right?
Yeah.
And you are looking at an environment where, like, I hate reading. Back then I couldn't even, like, I mean, to buy a book, it was like a taboo to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but now I have this eager to buy books, so I want to
Yeah.
read. I want to read books. I want to, like, try out different things. And what I want to really get is not about gym, like they will call the gym run, the this that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to get books from my own fellow people. I
Yeah.
want to see what they think, what they are doing. Like, it's also another way to promote them. But now my point is that value that we are talking about. Yeah, that value
Mm-hmm.
is what takes you to the next level. It's what keeps you
Right.
alive. It's what push you to is what define what you want. Because if, say, you didn't see yourself, your value, you
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
rushed to get a job. Like, oh, I want a job, but you know that, oh, you don't want a job because of an accent. You want a job because you deserve it. And this goes back to what I tell people: don't come here and say you are supporting me. You don't support me.
That's right.
You don't.
That
What are
is
you
right.
saying? You don't support me. We exchange values, right?
That's
We
right.
exchange
That's
value.
right.
You come here because you have a value that you've
Mm-hmm.
seen coming here, and I connect with you because I see value. So
That's
we
right.
exchange value and we add value to each other.
That's
So
right.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. So you make an important point there, which I think it's something really worth emphasizing on. It's one of the very big mistake that entrepreneurs made, and I also kind of made that mistake. And the reason I'm bringing this up is it's a gap where many people fall into. Now, many of us, when we're starting up our career, I might see like, okay, you're doing quite well when you come to media presentation, and I said, okay, because I know you, because you're from my community, I don't want to go to you. I want to go to someone that maybe has been there for 10, 15, 30 years because they're so great on other stuff. This is good, but this is the danger. If you go to someone that has been there for 30 years, the cost is very high, number one. Number two, they're an expert. But
yes,
the information they are going to give you is based on the level at which they are working. Someone that's been there for 30 years working with top CEOs at their level of marketing. Now, they are going to be teaching you strategies on what they do to assess these top CEOs, right? Now, at the end of the
exactly,
day, when you get that information, you're excited and you come back to your own space. You don't have access to those top CEOs. Now,
exactly.
although you have valuable information, it is useless. For instance, I spoke about this book, Skyrocket Your Business as a Rockers. These books are for CEOs that are already, a company is already producing in millions of
Can you
dollars.
hit the link,
Yeah.
there at the comment section? Let me put the, like, if you send it to me, let me put the link there, so
Yeah.
those who are
Yeah.
watching can go on Amazon and get it. But
Yeah.
can continue.
Yeah. So the book was for successful CEOs that want to get to the next level. It's a strategy we use. I use in my nonprofit in Cameroon in liaising companies and communities so that they can really benefit and build legacy. Now, when I came to this setting and I did a book like that for top CEOs, then I realized, oh, in this setting, there are a lot of protocols. Now, for you to break any circle, you need to pay the price. And yeah, it's a whole different ballgame. What did I mean by paying the price? For instance, if I needed to access these CEOs, they have their clubs, they have where they meet, they have people they can relate to. So when I wanted to relate, one of the first strategy I used was getting myself a member of a speaking, call it a speaking club. To be a member costed me like $1,300 just to membership. Now, that is where you're going to have access to start talking to the CEOs. At that point, the question was, could I sustain the cost it takes to have a meeting with one of the CEOs that is going to, and there I got someone to say, okay, look, we want to put you on media and we want to put you at the spot where you can get noticed. It's going to cost you $15,000. Now, that was a point where, okay, this is, your book is valuable. This is where you need to be for this book to create the value in it. I did not have $15,000 to put in at that time because just getting the book through, I've already invested already more than that.
Yeah.
Now, why? Because I was working with the top best coaches. So for me to sustain that track, I needed to put in more money and more money and more money to remain at that level.
Wow.
So the danger where we go and we hire top coaches is the fact that you need more money to sustain what they were going to teach you. Now, this is an advantage for me coming to you, someone coming to me that I'm still at the beginning and then I'm doing well. I'm going to teach you the basic strategy on how you can assess the ready market, which you can have a conversation with, and how you can scale up from there. So when you take a step ahead, now that is the reason why I had to redo my branding. Then I went into book writing for entrepreneurs. So that book is also on Amazon, book writing for entrepreneurs. Now I had to rebrand myself and say, okay, you know what?
How many books have you written so far?
I have about 6. I'm working on the 7th one right now.
Wow, so, you are building a library.
So yeah. But my brand book, which I advise any entrepreneur to get, is on Amazon. I'm also going to put the link here. It's called Book Writing for Entrepreneurs. And Book Writing for Entrepreneurs doesn't only talk about how you can write a book. It's how you build a whole entire business. The system of building a business, it's more like the system of you designing a software. When you design a software, that's why someone will design a software and say, hey, if you don't like it, I'll give you back your money, because they are aware that it's going to produce the result. There's no app that you will get maybe from your phone storehouse, maybe to edit your phone and to edit a picture, and it doesn't edit the picture. Why? It is specific. The same way businesses should be built. We don't build businesses by try and error. We build businesses by understanding our market, by understanding the world in the way that the person you're looking for will talk. For instance, I was working with one of the person I respect so much, one of the doctors in Canada. I'm working on her brand book now, and what she's doing is that she works with obesity people that are obese and other stuff, and now she's writing a book that presents a brand. Now, you cannot call the title of the book How to Solve Obesity Problem or so. No. Why? Because nobody wants to identify that they are obese. They want to like, oh, I'm not fitting well in my dress. I don't really feel comfortable. So we should talk about how to look good and feel comfortable in your dressing. That's the way they want to identify themselves, right? So if you don't understand the language of people, you'll be invisible. You know how to solve the problem, but you'll be invisible in their point. So for you to be able to do that, you need to fit in their language. Now, when I say book writing for entrepreneurs, it's because I'm focusing on those who are having the business mindset. How do you write as an entrepreneur? Your main goal as an entrepreneur to write is to get in front of your client. It's not to inspire people. As an entrepreneur, we are very selfish. Your goal is the client in front of you. Your goal is not to motivate. So when you're writing, you're not writing for everybody. You're writing for the person that's going to pay you $2,000, and you can give them that book for free. Why? Because you have information that they need, and when they see the value in that information, they're going to get to you.
Wow. So we have a question here.
Okay.
Let me just applaud those who have been watching. Samson, take care. It says very important and sensitive. This is not sensitive at all. It's important to me. It's not sensitive. We have are you the one who commented? So okay, you commented. Or someone use your Facebook. We have Lydia Labelle. We have also Christine Terragan. Hello, Debetong. Hello, Dr. Francis. Hello, Christine. We have Francis. Okay, Francis, is you again. We have Christian Tergen says, "What's your advice to new entrepreneurs?" Yeah, this is. Oh, is this the advice in terms of course, let me allow you to speak on this one because you have written a lot of books
Okay.
about it. So I'm going to take it afterwards.
All right. So, my advice for new entrepreneurs. Now, the first thing with entrepreneurship, or the first mistake many entrepreneurs make, is the fact that they're looking for, where is the money? Where can I easily make money? I want to see the money now. I want the money now. That is the first mistake many startup entrepreneurs want. And when they're not seeing the money, they back out. When they're not seeing the money, it's like, oh, this is not working. I'm not in for this. So now, my advice for entrepreneur, especially if you really want to go far in your entrepreneurial journey, what you should pay attention on is not the money. The money is important, yeah, but don't pay attention on the money. Pay attention on solving a problem. If you're an entrepreneur, the question you should ask yourself is, what problem am I solving? And when you understand the problem you're solving, it's not in your own word as an expert. For instance, uh, I do book writing. I help people to write book coach, but I'm not just helping anybody. I'm helping people that are entrepreneur, expert, and coaches. And what am I doing? I'm helping them on how they can write a book that increase their revenue,
Yeah.
and how they can do that within 90 days. First, entrepreneur time is very sensitive. Money. So I'm capturing your problem. 90 days, you write your book. You get a plan that can help you make $150,000 in a month by using that book as a strategy. Now, an entrepreneur will see that, oh, writing a book is going to take much of my time. But because when they see that it's not time consuming, and when they see the money factor, it takes away the fact that it's time consuming. So for any startup entrepreneur, it's about a problem you want to solve. Then connect it to your passion. I started writing even before I became a book writing coach. My first book was in 2012 on livelihood and conservation, and I wrote many other books back in Cameroon that were not really published like online, like what I'm doing now. So it's also a passion. That's why I could find some value in it, and I could do it. So what's your passion? And also, you need to look at, what's the lifestyle you want becoming an entrepreneur. For instance, someone like me, that I like traveling, I just like having my own schedule. If I go and start maybe an auto mechanic shop, which require me to sit there like morning to evening every day, I'm going to miss it. One point, I'm going to give up. Why? Because it's not aligning to my lifestyle. So, but that might be what will give me like money. That might be what is trending, but it doesn't align with your lifestyle. So when you find what aligns with your lifestyle and with your passion, keep doing it. Even if you don't see the money, keep doing it. There's a breakthrough. And there's a magic in consistency. Many people are not consistent. Before I became visible, I've been doing this posting for about 2 years. I mean, the consistency, like every day, every day, every day. Now, there are many people that can find me now on social media. They can see what I do. They can relate with what I do. But 1 year before, nobody knew me, but I was still doing it. Now, 2 years after this, I'll be having thousands and thousands of people that know me. But now, someone that is coming into that space at that point want to be like me. But I have done this for 7 years, not for 1 year. The same thing with when people do like advert, and many startup entrepreneurs fell into it like, oh, I want to show you a 25-minute video what I did, and it created me $7 million. You can use the same video, and this person has been working for 40 years. That is why 25 minutes can create maybe $40 million. But you just started. Nobody knows you. You don't even have an offer that somebody can get for $20,000. So that is the gap. There is a lot of knowledge with the social media space, a lot of stuff on YouTube, a lot of stuff everywhere. But it might not really be applying to your case. When you see information, ask yourself, well, how long has this guy been doing this? What is the strength? What is his market? What's his ideal client? Is it really, does it really fit with me? Am I also focusing on, it's not about knowledge. Most often we spend our time listening to top people that are already crushing it up there. When I listen to top speakers like Tony Robbins and John Maxwell, it's just for inspiration. I'm not going to implement their strategy. Their strategy won't work for me. Why?
Exactly.
They are dealing with high profile people. And if I take that strategy and bring down to working with small businesses, it's not going to work. Now, I want to listen to someone who is just at the verge of hitting their first $1 million. I just make my $500,000 in business. I just make my $100,000 in a month. Those are the people I want to listen to. What strategy did you use to make 100,000? I don't want to go to someone that's already operating in multi-million. When people listen to Oprah, when they listen to Les Brown, when they listen to people that just Bezos, that is motivation. None of those strategies are going to help you as a startup entrepreneur. They are going to motivate you. When you're motivated, go down and look for someone that is a bit above the
Practical.
level where you
Yeah.
are and follow
Yeah.
exactly what they do. Then you will get up there. So you
Yeah.
cannot skip a step. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just add to that. I look at as an entrepreneur, like now I'm talking to myself. I look at business as an entrepreneur as you meet a new girl. You meet a new girl. You see, you think you love that girl, but you don't really love her. You just like what you see about that girl. Like maybe you like her smile. You are okay. I love this guy. I want to go for her. But now look at it this way. You go for her. You got her, right? Now
Yeah.
you have to manage her. You have to make sure you make her happy. You have to make sure you do the things that it will like be of her conformity, like what she likes, because that's why why you love her, right? Why you say you love her, because you want her to
Uh-huh.
be happy, right? Now, if say you surround yourself with bad friends, people who don't give you advice whenever you have challenges with this girl that you love, you like, you really love. You are it's your I mean your heart, you love. If you don't surround yourself with people who can motivate you, who can give you advice, okay, it's fine. I know you guys are having these issues. Did you look at it this way? You think this is the same way with business. I think entrepreneurship handle entrepreneurship as how they handle relationships.
Yeah.
Every stage has a price to pay. First of all, the advice that I'm going to interpret like myself is I've made a lot of mistakes, and the mistakes is I'm still going to make still a lot of mistakes in the future, more mistakes in the future. But what I've learned so far is this: that three things that I've learned. First, spend so much time on things that motivate you to do what you are passionate about.
That's right.
Spend so much time working on solutions to your challenges. Don't spend time complaining. And lastly, you know, always make sure you update your skills or learn new skills.
Mm-hmm.
These are the three things that have helped me to be where I am today. And I should add the last one: consistency. You know, last year, I helped a company. I realized I'm good in sales because I help a company make more than 1 million euros. If
Wow.
I look at my team, what I did, the amount of money that team generated to that company is about 1 million euros.
Mm-hmm.
This is huge, and for just for 1 year.
Yeah.
I sat back and I was like, wow, I made some money from this. I made some money from this, but wow, it means my value. I have value as a team leader. I'm a
That's
team
right.
leader. People look up to me. But how can I apply the same value to my
Your
own
own
business,
business.
to me? So it made me to draw. But a friend of mine like told me, Baton, I can see you are into this, but What about your business? What about your own stuff? You are not
Yeah.
talking so much about your stuff now. And I was like, wow, wow. And after that, as if it's not enough, I got engaged in another company. So far,
Yeah.
I've helped that company make about 500,000 euros
Yeah.
just from my activities with that company. Now, these activities alone gave me a sense of understanding as an entrepreneur that I'm a salesperson, I'm a team leader, I'm a salesperson, and also an influencer. I can influence people to consume a product even when they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? So
Yeah.
with this now, I start now. I mean, I'm just saying this so that people can witness, can relate to as an entrepreneur, the advice you should get when you understand who you are, what you have done. It can be more as a on volunteering basis, but
Yeah.
what actually, what I'm saying, most people understand what I'm saying, like the company I'm talking about, they understand what I'm saying. It might not be as a result of you getting that like money to yourself, but have you helped someone
Yeah.
get value? What value do you have as per you as an entrepreneur? What is your value? So
Yeah.
with all of this, I think if say we combine everything together, it's gonna help us entrepreneurs, because I'm still learning. I've learned a lot from you already. If say I would have want to hire a service, maybe I would have paid a lot of money, but I've got it. I've got it for and this is the beauty about my show. I learn. I
That's
learn.
right.
I learn, and I can bring you here. People can get to know you also as well, and your network will get to know me because people will follow you. Will wonder, okay, who is this
That's
better?
right.
They want to check me more to know who I'm all about. Same to people who are watching you for the first time on my network.
Yeah.
On LinkedIn now, we are live on LinkedIn, we're live on Facebook, we're live on Twitter, we're live on Twitch, we're live on YouTube, Facebook. We are live on this platform. And anytime anyone goes there to check on you, your name
Yeah.
about and my you don't see stuff between us like that we have done together. So this
Yeah.
is the power of networking. And through you, I think someone will relate to come to me for something else. And
That's
through
right.
me, someone will relate to come to you. Maybe they will buy a book. Your link is that they'll buy a book. Why wouldn't they buy a book? You
Mm-hmm.
know, because you have talked with credibility, you have given facts, and you like what you're saying is not as someone who just wake up from somewhere. You have data that back it, that says that you can actually deliver to this,
That's
to this
right.
person, and you
That's
you
right.
above all you have paid a huge price for it. So why won't I or someone else watching buy that book?
Mm.
Why? What will stop them from buying the book? Right? So thanks so much for coming here today. We have usually I would love to make this 1 hour, but
Mm.
let's just use this time to like tell me. I know you have mentioned something, so many things, yeah, but I need just this focus now. Tell
Yeah.
me, Dr. Francis Mbunya, what is so different? Why are you different?
Mm.
What's so different about you? What do you have that others don't have?
Out of
Why?
the heart.
Why should people reach out to you for coaching session or to even
Mm.
buy your book?
Wow. That's a tough question, but I'm gonna try to answer that. Number one is the fact that I believe in myself. So, for instance, doing what I'm doing, I don't need to ask someone to tell me if what I'm doing is good or not. The first thing is self validation. I know what I'm doing. I know exactly what I'm doing. I know exactly who I want to reach to. For instance, what I do is to help expert coaches, entrepreneurs write a book that will grow their business. If someone comes to me, what makes me different is that I give you the result, I give you a guarantee of if I don't give you the result, you have 100% of your money back. I give all the people that work with me, I give them that guarantee. All right, this is what we want to do. This is what we want to achieve within this period. Now, if I do my part and you don't do your part, okay, I'm not responsible for you not getting the result. If you
Exactly.
do every stuff I say and you don't get the result, I give back all your money. Now, the first thing is that I know exactly what I'm doing. I know the result I will get to you, and I'm going to tell you all the result up front. So, very clear with what I'm doing. Now, secondly, what makes me different from others is that I'm not trying to compare with any other person that is in the field. So my uniqueness is my value, is what I bring on the table from my experience from uh, uh, coming from a village that you cannot even find it in a map, walking my way through to all these different countries, being on many stages. And those are strategies that you would normally use in winning life. And when I teach people, I say, look, I'm teaching you a whole journey that I've been able to develop for 14 years. So the advice I'm giving you is not, I'll be giving you like why you should do this, why you should not do this, what I've learned from this, what I've learned from this. And this is also for someone, if you're looking for someone that you want them to help you, don't look at a portfolio. Focus on, don't look at where they're coming from, don't look at the color of their face, don't look at how good they do videos on social media. Look at what result is this person offering, what value, and do I need it? Do I need this value? Why? Because most often we have people that are really shouty. With tech today, I can do a very magnificent video that's taking everyone wow. And then many people start clicking and say, oh, this is the right person. No, the right person is a person that when they're talking, you can connect with them. You can say, oh, wow, you can picture yourself in them. So one of the strategy for me to help anyone is that I need to have a one-on-one conversation with you. And you may really want me to help you, and I tell you, you know what, I can help you. Number one, not because you might want to pay me money, I say I don't need your money. The first thing I want to establish with you is its value, is you believing in me, is you giving that respect. And many people come in and say, you know what, I already know this, I already know this, I need this, I need this. I say, sorry, you can't work with me. Why? Because if you already know it, why are you coming to me? And these are the same people that they will never get the result. Why? There's that mentality that they already know. So my uniqueness is in the value I bring to my marketplace, and I bring that value of honesty and integrity. So, okay, this is what I've been through. This is what I've done. I'm not saying that you should do. So I give you the information to empower you to take your own decision, which is the value of a coach. A coach doesn't do it for you. A coach teaches you how you can do it so that when you leave, you are empowered. For many people that have written their books with me, they will tell you that they can now write several books on their own without me coming back. So I don't just empowering them and making sure that they have what it takes. So I deliver everything. And this is, and sometimes people say like, oh, you give out too much information. What if someone take your secret? So like, I am growing every day. I don't have this book here for decoration. I read them. I read like on a daily basis. So if you meet me next week, I'm having a whole new set of knowledge. And very importantly, I don't only read book that maybe just help me in my career. I read spiritual book as well, like spiritual authority, developing your mindset. All of those stuff is we need to be ourselves, not just in our career, also internally. Someone is going to meet you and say, you know what, I've had so many people connected to me on LinkedIn and say, something just tell me to connect to you. Now you need to also develop an environment that can impact people. So these are qualities that you're gonna hardly find them out there, and they're very expensive. And I tell someone, look, if I want to charge you how much I can work with you in an hour, no one will be able. There's no value. So when we do things, we're not doing because of money. We're not doing because there's no value attached to a 1 hour conversation because I'm giving what I've learned for 14 years. So if you add that up, so we just want to be fair with the market and say, okay, you know what? Based on your purchasing power and based on the circumstances of the economy, this is what you should compensate. And I'm writing a book now. The title is The Pain Point. The Pain Point, which is a 8 step to high ticket coaching. People make decisions not because of you. It's because of what they need and it's where they head. For instance, if you have like let me say worst case scenario, you bump into an accident now, and because of the pain, you want to rush to the hospital. You might not have money, but because of the pain, you need everything possible to solve it. So many people that say, "Oh, this is expensive," they don't need it. It doesn't hurt. So there are people out there that need what they have. These are the people. That's why understanding your market is very important.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
I help people
Um,
understand who their market is, help people understand how they can make their differences, help people how they can take their business to the next level by building the right credibility, the right relationship, and by positioning themselves where many people can find them. Your book on Amazon, I had people contact me from India, from all over the place because they read my book. So that is
wow,
the uniqueness in what I do, the diversity from the corporate world to the business world and beyond.
wow. There's one thing I want to ask. I think we are up. We are time is already. But let me just use this few minutes more to ask for me. Add more some few minutes more to ask these questions, or like
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
inquire if say you're already aware. Or of course, I know you should be aware, but if not, it's no no pain.
Yeah.
Um, have you are you in the crypto space?
No, I'm not in the crypto space.
Okay. Are you have you ever studied anything about blockchain or crypto in general?
Yeah, like I've done consultancy for a crypto currency company. I've done some work for them, so I understand detailing what it is.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's something coming up, NFTs and this DeFi.
yeah,
NFTs, I think NFTs will be good for who is like a writer. You are in like you're a writer, you're writing books. So
yeah,
NFT, you having your own NFT, or you protecting your book,
yeah,
or getting royalties from your book to NFT. It's gonna be something that you should think about, like how you can like for example, right now many people are getting your book from Amazon.
yeah,
Maybe you want to sell a digital copy of your book, or maybe
yeah,
you want that each time someone buy your book and they want to resell it, you get royalty for that. you
yeah.
know yeah, so you can through NFT you can sell your book even to 1 million people, like people will sell it and you always get royalty forever, based on the system. So I think
Yeah.
you should go like study more about NFTs. If possible, the DeFi technology is going to help
Yeah.
you in the future. And I'm also thinking of, like, I've been studying NFT now for the past 2 months detailedly, because I'm going to be having conversations here about NFT. It's something I think us Africans, we need to educate ourselves so that we understand how the systems works. So
Yeah.
we can with NFC we can protect a lot of our artwork. You know,
Mhm,
back home as Africans, you can protect your design, you can protect your everything that has to that have your signature. You can protect it. You
mhm.
know, you can have it like you always make something out of it.
Yeah.
Yesterday I had a program and I talk about NFC, but it was just an overview. I'm going to be having bringing people who are in the space here, so we have conversation on different NFTs and how you can be part of it, the other platforms that are existing. How
Mhm.
to, well, like right now, you can have a digital copy of your book. Not as per se, of course, the digital copy, and you go to one of those NFC sites and you list it there just
Yeah.
with $50. Like for $50, it's being run on Ethereum blockchain.
Yeah.
So $50 dollars will just to buy gas. Because Ethereum blockchain to host something there, you have to buy, like you call it gas. I mean, it's
Yeah.
something,
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
else. So this alone, just you having that book there, you don't know who is gonna just start like buying it. Like recently, Twitter boss has made almost like almost 200 million in one day just by
Mhm.
selling a tweet on like to NFCs.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also what is this guy? Elon Musk, the girlfriend
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
also has made. we sent last week a lot of money just by selling a digital copy of something she owed. So we can create the same value from
Mm,
our own artwork within our own community. And the system is we can build our own NFTs,
that's right.
our own businesses, our own artists, our own stuff. So I think you
Mhm.
should check more on it, and maybe in the future we can work on, because you already have this wide scope. We can
Yeah,
see how we can narrow it down and like code it into a system where it can like not only add value to people, but it can generate income to you as well. Forever.
wow, wow, wow,
Yeah, yeah.
wow. Thank you for that valuable
Yeah.
information. Appreciate.
Yeah. All right, guys, we have come to the end of this. For now, you guys have come. I mean, you guys have come to the end of this. I'm gonna like spend some time with Doctor, like a few time behind the scene, like wrap up. But it was awesome to have you guys here supporting. Not like, of course, you guys commenting on the platform and also asking questions. Post your questions there. This is Dr. Francis Mbunya from Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last Texas, as you can see, I'm from New York City. Look at my background.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was awesome having you. We didn't plan this, and in the future, I think we are gonna have different conversations
Yeah.
on my platform, on your platform, if you want. Also, I'm okay with
Mhm.
that. So we can have different conversation, different topics to, and
Definitely.
even invite some people to have like a conversation surrounding this aspect of entrepreneurship, building a business from scratch, and so on. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we can do that. Yeah. And before I always love to talk this. We have this organization. I know we're going to talk more after this.
Yeah.
We have this organization, Ambitious Cameroon. Well, it's an initiative from the Nordics that
Yeah.
is promoting business, entrepreneurship, and entertainment in Africa, and also connecting African businesses with that of the Nordic countries. And other countries they are Finland, Norway,
Yeah.
Sweden, Latvia, Estonia. Yeah, so
Yeah.
the Nordic countries. So what we do is we create opportunities like projects that attract entrepreneurs and to like those who are already into business and those who want to get into business. So we provide them services such as mentorship, um, coaching, business development strategies.
Mhm.
Like if say they need resources like cloud services, we can look at the ways we can get funding or like bring in different partners to support
Finance.
them. Or maybe they need the space to like maybe it's a young business that need a space to for their business, so we can work with our partners, different partners, to provide them a space. Or maybe they need someone to build them an app or a website or something.
Yeah.
So we work on those aspects to work with different African businesses and entrepreneurs, and also businesses from the Nordic countries. And if say you guys know, Finland is the number one in education
Yeah.
technology in the whole of Europe, and if say we are talking about entrepreneurship, we have cool technologies here in the Nordics that we think
Mhm.
um, people elsewhere
I need
they
it.
can get.
Really.
And lastly, always lastly, the Finnish market is so open to the American market, so we can design something to see how we can connect. If, like, I mean, depending on what niche, what kind of things most Finnish
Mhm.
businesses are looking for in America. Maybe you can be one of the network there who can help the internet market, the American market, just like that through Texas. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
This I think I
yeah,
look into.
yeah. All right, guys. Thanks so much for coming. And if you say you don't know me, I'm the Betong. I'm a B2B and B2C network builder, a multimedia entrepreneur, a coach, a mentor, among other things. And yeah, there is Dr. Francis. You guys know him already. And if you say you haven't yet like, subscribe, if you're watching from YouTube and Facebook, share with your network. Someone out there might benefit from this knowledge. You know, and yeah, it might change someone's life forever. I mean, forever. Just the link we have shared there. If someone watched this show from the beginning to the end and they don't get inspired, then maybe they're living in another planet. Until then, have a nice day and bye bye, everyone.
Yeah.